Here's lesson 107, number 30. It wants 3 cube roots of negative I in rectangular form, and it wants exact values. So, negative I is written in rectangular form right now, but we have to get it, that can be written as 0 plus negative I. We need to get it written into polar form so that we can use Demoivre on it. So I wrote it, well, I messed up my little graph now, but I just, here, I'll draw a new one. I wrote it as negative I, so that would be, so the x value is 0 and the y value is negative 1. So it's actually down here. Okay, it's right there. It's a 0, negative 1. There's x and there's y. Okay, that's how it looks on a graph. So if I want to write that in polar instead of rectangular, the angle from the positive x-axis is 270 degrees. Okay, and its hypotenuse is 1, or you can say its radius is 1. So it's going to be 1 cis 270. So that's where 1 cis 270 came from. And it wants the 3 cube roots, so I'm using Demoivre on it. So I take the cube root of the radius, well, the cube root of 1 is just 1. And then I multiply 270 by a third, which is the same as just dividing it by 3, and that gives me 1 cis 90. Okay, then since I'm getting cube roots, I say 360 divided by 3 is 120. I can add 120 to each angle measure until I have 3 of them. Okay, this all stays the same. So there's my 3. So if it would have said just write it in polar form, I'd be done. But I have to find rectangular form. First one should be easy, 1 cis 90, because 90 degrees is just like right there. So what's the ordered pair that's right there? It'd be 0, 1. So 0, 1 I. So that's just I. So your first answer is I, the 90 degrees. The 210 degrees, 210 falls in quadrant 3, and it makes a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And the hypotenuse is 1, but our triangle that we've memorized has a hypotenuse of 2. Remember, this is just our special right triangle that we use all the time to help us find trig values. So what I'm going to do is set up a proportion. I'm going to say, so this horizontal change right here, that's x, and that's going to be y. So I'm going to say x is to 1, as root 3 is to 2. I'm allowed to do that because they're similar triangles, and so their sides are proportionate. So x is to 1 as root 3 is to 2, and then I do cross products, and I get, well, I don't even have to do cross products, do I? X over 1 is just x, so x is root 3 over 2. So, but it's in quadrant 2, so it's negative root 3 over 2. And then the y is going to end up being a half, because I'm going to go y is to 1 as 1 is to 2. Well, y over 1 is a half, so that's where this one came from. It's in quadrant 3, so it's negative. And then I see that this triangle, the 330 degree triangle, is also a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So it's going to have the same sides. It's just the signs are going to change. Like the x should be positive here and the y should be negative. So that's what we did here. So there's your 1, 2, 3 answers.